I'm like, word. I'm texting you. Don't feel the need to respond because I know you're busy right now. She's like, I'm gonna make sure I said your name. I fucking died. I'm like, yo, all I can picture is fucking Jamal's face, like, wait, what? Like,
and it's so funny. I'm like, babe, if I said Fatima's name instead of yours, what would you do? He looked at me like, what the fuck? I was like, I'd be like, Fatima.
Yo.
Call me old man Wade.
Damn you, old man!
Wait.
Old ass man.
Shut up, old man. You smell like fart.
No! Man!
Old man.
He's so old, he got a podcast on cassette.
Fuck, you're old.
Damn it, Wade!
And welcome to the Old Man Wade Show. Yeah, all that's staying in there. Just so you
leave it. I'm here for it.
Oh, that was fucking great. I'm your host, Old Man Wade. With me is my twin, my bestie, Panda.
Hey.
And to her left in the bed is Fatima.
Hello.
And off screen is Rick.
What's up?
Did I actually get the names right?
What'd you say?
Did I actually get the names right?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, holy shit, that's a first.
That's a first. I feel special.
So,
It was meant to be.
I don't know if you guys saw the docket, but I got something I need to get off my chest. So, you guys all know what Verzuz is, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna need some people to start putting respect on TLC and Missy's name.
They about to do a versus?
No, I mean some people need to start putting their respect on them because everybody wants to smoke, but it's like no one's calling out Missy or TLC, and they better not.
Who's Missy gonna go against?
Nobody, because nobody beating her. I don't care what genre of music it is. Ain't nobody beating Missy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see anybody.
Maybe that is the respect. They're not even gonna bother mentioning it.
Entertaining the idea because they know no one could do it. Because doesn't Missy even write for Timbaland and them?
She writes, she produces.
Yeah.
Right, so you can't even say them. I don't think if there is anyone in the game to go up against
she go to
Missy.
Beyonce the slaughter.
Yeah.
And then TLC's not fair because Left Eye ain't here.
Right, so there's that. It's not legit.
I mean,
Nobody could fill Left Eye's spot.
No, but you know what you could do though? You could throw in some guest female rappers. Like imagine Waterfall starts coming on and Rhapsody comes out and does it, or they do
Rhapsody. That's not a bad idea.
But you know what? Even in the documentary, the TLC documentary, they had what's her name play Left Eye. What's that girl's name?
The one that Charlamagne made cry.
Oh, Little Mama.
Just like and she's Little Mama.
Little Mama.
So why Little Mama can't rap as her? She played her very well in the TLC documentary.
She did.
Probably because she still has a lot of heat from jumping on the stage, stage with Alicia Keys and Jay-Z from a decade ago. And for some reason, people get.
I thought he said he knew she was gonna do it. I don't know. I don't be clicking into them shits.
But
I just be reading the headlines and keep going. I thought I seen something on Facebook that said Jay-Z knew that she was gonna hop on stage and do that. I could be wrong.
But you know how it is. People, even if let's say that did happen, people still aren't gonna let it go, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, Jay-Z's just saying that," and blah 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 blah.
But look how long ago that was. Why can't they let that shit go? She jumped on stage, okay, and move on. Next.
Yeah, but she jumped on stage with the wrong ones, though. It's like that's I get the controversy behind it. She could have jumped on stage for anybody else.
Yeah, you don't interrupt Jay-Z
and Alicia Keys, right? And Alicia Keys.
I get it, but it's forgivable.
What's your little mom?
They still talking about Janet and Justin Timberlake.
That's because she just did her documentary, though. So that's why that got reopened.
True, but anytime you mention Janet, you're first gonna think Super Bowl, Justin Timberlake.
Right, but that's only when you mention Janet.
So it's not dying or it'll never die down. That's the point that I'm making.
But she's been forgiven. That's the point I'm making.
She's repentant.
She has been forgiven. She has done her time.
She's not been forgiven in the court of public opinion.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck those people. Fuck
that's
their
the
public opinion.
Yeah, you gotta be made of certain stuff to even be able to take that point of view of fuck the court of public opinion. You gotta be made of certain stuff, and she's not.
Yes.
Her daddy's pulling out guns on people over it.
I guess.
Yeah, but y'all know how it is. It's like I said, public opinion is what it is. I don't see why not. If she did a good job, then let her do it. But we've got a plethora of like really like phenomenal female artists that could go out there and do it. But like I said, Rhapsody could do it. Shit, Missy could go out there and do it.
Well, I did just show them the docket. So you want to jump right into it and talk about the hate with Rihanna and Asap Rocky?
Yeah, and I'm actually glad we got another guy in there too, because we can. I just maybe someone else can understand the hate. I don't get it. Like, and it's coming from both sides too.
Maybe I hate.
So
there's
like people being upset about her being pregnant. Like how
So we did talk about it on my show too, but we were talking about like the happiness and the joy behind it. Not so much about the hate behind it. I did see a few people on my timeline that were pretty pissed off about it. But, you know, I mean, I'm obsessed with her, so I'm overly excited.
Honestly, can I say, I just don't care.
There's that part, too. I don't care,
I really
but
don't care.
because
Like,
everybody's getting pregnant every day. But I'm really, really happy for her because Rihanna always made it a thing that she was going to take her time and do it effectively or try to do it as best as she possibly could, you know? Even though you can't really plan too much on what happens in your relationship because people change once they have kids. But still, I'm just happy for her that she was able to find love because I'm a sucker for love. So every time anyone finds love and it's healthy love, I'm happy for them.
well, which is
So I think that's more so what it is.
which is the way
I
it should
agree.
be. So I'll give you. So it was recorded with my man Just Greg, but the audio conked out because sometimes I be fucking up. But the one of the tweets that I saw was some dude was just like, the worst part is Rocky ain't even meted up like that. We seen the tape. She really liked this nigga for who he is, and I'm sick.
That's horrible.
Isn't that what she's supposed to like him for?
Yeah, but you know how it is. People really just ain't got shit else better to do but to like judge somebody for what it is.
That's
And this
toxic.
is why I don't care, yo. I don't
That's
care.
exactly why I'm really careful about what I share because not everybody is happy for your happiness.
Yeah.
You know, there's always somebody looking like, oh my God, why them? Or oh my goodness, why her? Why him? You know, like, why? Why can't you just be happy for the couple?
See, I think that people are making Rihanna and ASAP responsible for their perception of what they feel like Rihanna should be with or who ASAP should be with. Like if you don't think highly of ASAP in under the context of being with Rihanna anyway, and now she's pregnant, I don't know. People always feel the need to share their opinions, but those opinions is coming from like you know, this is how I feel, and I feel like we also feel the same way in regards to that. You know, you're making them responsible. But at the end of the day, we don't know Rihanna or ASAP,
Right.
Or their connection, or their chemistry. We don't know how deep that goes. But everyone feels like, because they feel like you know Rihanna so well, or you hold her on such a pedestal. It's like, who's ASAP? Like, why? How come he gets to walk in and then all? You know, it's like an odd. It's a weird jealousy on both ends, men and women.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, I don't. That's the other thing about it, though. But my man, like you said, like sometimes sharing that news isn't necessarily going to be a good thing. Biggie's got a line: "Stay low and keep firing." Like, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of just stay to yourself and just keep doing what you're doing. And unfortunately, sometimes that's just the way it has to be. Personally, I'm happy. If they like it, I love it.
Right, that's literally what you said. They like it, I love it.
I'm always happy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, I'm just like, it was news for a day.
Yeah, for the few hours it was news, and it was like,
Like, oh, that's
okay,
what's up.
next. Let me get to this paper. Let me get these
I just look
taxes
at that and go,
filed.
okay, so they're serious. Like, this ain't Rihanna and Chris
Right,
Brown.
and then
This
she
is-
put it out.
Honestly,
I never
I'm
seen
glad that you
Rihanna
mentioned
post
that.
in her life.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because for me, it was kind of like, oh, that's what's up. Like, her life has moved on and continued. It's like not like what everyone thought it was gonna be. Like, she got beat up by Chris Brown, and like now she's just gonna be like a Mary J. Blige of the music. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you only make dope music when you're hurt, type shit.
Yeah.
But like, she's happy and like her life is continuing. So like, that's what's up. Congratulations.
And plus,
Alright, what else is going on in the world?
And plus, she's in a position that she ain't got to do enough. She literally doesn't have to do anything else ever again. She could just sit there.
Yeah.
She's got Fenty money. I'm pretty sure her residuals from all her music is doing well. Like, she's won.
And you know what's crazy? I never really thought she was a dope artist like that. Well, let me say, when she was under Jay-Z, I didn't like her sound.
Interesting.
I did not like her sound when she was under Jay-Z.
Tell me more.
When she started to do her own thing with like that opposite, remember when like, it was some point when her music changed? Like it was just like, oh, that's Rihanna. Like you spit that raw shit. Like I feel like her sound was different. Like she sounded different. She sounded real nasally, if that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
When she was under Jay-Z and putting out like that mainstream music, but then when she started going off and doing her real raw shit. That's when I liked it.
She did. She talked about that, and
I hated the way she sounded. Umbrella, hated that song.
So that song was for somebody else.
I don't care the way her voice sound, like the way she sound from Umbrella and before. I hated it.
I like it.
I hated her sound.
I love it. That's my song. That's my
shit. I could not stand. And then that's why I didn't know why like there was the renaming. It was like they was comparing her to Beyonce. I'm like, Rihanna does?
Right.
Until like I started like listening to her like underground shit or like her own shit, like when she started veering off her toe, I'm like, oh okay then. Like
Rihanna got some hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the shit that she talks about, like I like the shit that she has to say.
Can resonate.
Yeah. Versus that 106 in Park music that I hated her.
She had to get signed by somebody.
Listen, right. And that was her foot in the door. And her and Cardi are the perfect example of what using an opportunity and making the best out of it looks like.
Or being your natural self and letting it just come to you because you are who you are. Like, don't switch up.
Everybody can do that, but not most. I don't think everybody knows how to, like, make the absolute best out of a situation. I think there's some people that know, like, they see themselves in a situation and they be like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. Like, you automatically plan, like, yo, this is what's up. I'm going to use this to help me get da-da-da-da. Versus other people who they just live in the moment. They enjoy the opportunity. They're not really planning for nothing after that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because they think that opportunity is, like, a forever thing. Like, it's going to last. It's not going to go anywhere. Versus other people, they're like, yeah, this may be forever, but, like, how can I use this to get something else going where I know that's me and that's gonna be forever.
Yeah.
Right.
My wife always talks about people making themselves a brand, and that's exactly what Rihanna did. Like, she took her popularity and started doing side hustles. And when the pop stuff got her name out there, and then she started putting out different music. She started changing she seemed more comfortable with who she was. Like, that bitch better have my money was my shit.
Fire.
What?
Fire.
Like,
yeah, and then seeing her act, hearing her voice in movies, I loved it too.
Yo, I did not expect her to be such a dope ass actor, yo. Because not a lot of people can transition
and do both. She did.
No, not even both. Not a lot of people can transition from one specific category to another, whether it's acting, singing, dancing, or whatever. She did not. I'm not saying she's like, yo, she's up there with Viola Davis, but she didn't look as awkward as people that come from different backgrounds look when they go into acting. Right. If that makes sense.
I think there's a difference between someone who's just talented at someone and someone who's an artist. Usually an artist can transition into multiple different forms of art. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the part of their brain that they tap into.
True.
So music is good, and then they can go into acting, and they can go into whatever. As opposed to someone who just worked really hard at something specific, and they became talented. You might be a talented rapper or whatever. That don't mean you can act. And we've seen that a lot too. They have the money to step into that role, but they're trash.
Right. True.
Yeah, but like, if the transitioning from two different mediums is never really a good thing. We've seen it like look at there's been a few actors who've tried to rap or tried to sing, and you're like, yeah, dog, that ain't it.
Yeah.
Or Shaq.
Eddie Murphy.
What's the boxer's name? Y'all must have forgot.
Roy Jones Jr. Oh, what you thought I forgot?
Yo, I kind of liked that song. I never knew him as the boxer. That's probably why.
All you remember is y'all must have forgot.
Yes. I never knew him as a boxer, so, you know.
It was a hit, but it was still a trash song.
I know a lot of one-hit wonders, so.
Like what's his name? Who did I just say? Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he has music.
Yeah. See?
He needs to stick to acting. Don't make any more music.
Everybody, get
Hold on.
your feet.
Hold on.
Right now.
The best pound for pound is mine. Hit Rich Harris with 4 books at one time. Y'all must have forgot.
Yo.
Don't tell me.
Hilarious.
Oh, Deion Sanders had a song too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yo, that's crazy. I never knew he was a boxer, yo.
Oh.
I used to really like this guy.
Roy.
Royce!
Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, Boy Joy Jr. I think I'm confused.
He just boxed recently with Tyson.
Yeah.
They both just came out of retirement.
I was thinking of someone else.
Shit, he's lucky Tyson didn't knock his fucking head off.
That was ridiculous. Like, Tyson's abnormal. It makes no sense that he's as strong as he is at his age.
That's another
Roy
perfect
was
example.
bugging.
Another perfect example of a guy who transitioned from boxing, got his shit together, and now has exceeded what he was from boxing. He had his one-man show, which was apparently phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's the podcast stuff he's doing. He started acting. Like, he's not just Mike Tyson the boxer. He's like Mike Tyson the brand, the mogul now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Perfect example.
And shit, as bad as things were, like, it could have gotten worse with him. Like, but he changed his shit around. He's not just known as the guy who bit Holyfield's ear off.
Yeah. But I was about to say, especially after that ear biting, he knew how to capitalize off that shit. He used it to his advantage.
Yeah. So
he had a whole cartoon show, remember?
Oh, Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Yeah. I mean, he's a lot deeper than all his different avenues, revenue streams too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he likes to read a lot of poetry, a lot of, he gets real deep into.
Oh my God, I can't picture him reading poetry with that list.
Well, I've seen him do it on TV. He's one of my poems.
I can't take that serious.
And he just went for it, yo. He went for it. Tyson's deep, yo. He's deep on it.
Are they like haikus or like?
Nah, they're like, I don't know.
Yo, Twin, you want to bring up this? This is actually your topic, so I'm gonna let you talk about this one.
Which one? I think I gave two.
The black women wanting to be strong is a myth.
Oh yeah, black women wanting to be strong is a myth. That black women want to be strong. It's not that, but that's the picture that is being painted. That black women enjoy being strong, and that's pure bull shit. Like, we do not enjoy being strong. We absolutely enjoy being vulnerable and wanting to be soft and wanting to be pampered and taken care of. We have to be strong because we're strong because we have to, not that we're choosing to. Like, I took this, I like doing these little quizzes to see what type of person you are. And I took a test to see how much percent of masculine energy I had and how much feminine energy I had. And my percentage of masculine energy, I feel like it's too much. It's not a bad thing, and I think balance is key in life. Not yet. Balance is key in life. However, and then when I was looking at a lot of people posted their scores, a lot of men's feminine score was higher than mine. And I'm like, how are you more feminine than me? So that's a big problem.
I think it really all depends on.
It depends on the people and what they're looking for.
Not even the people what they're looking for. I think it depends on their environment that they were raised in, or like how they were brought up. Because, like, I was gonna say, like, why does the standard of being strong limited to black women? You feel what I'm saying? There's like there's like a lot of women, period, that's like had to struggle or like be stronger in certain areas because they were I think it really depends on the person and like how they grew up in their environment. Like, yeah, I don't want to be the one that's like always doing shit either, but at the end of the day, like how I was raised or like how my life happened, I'm not the type of person that's gonna sit around and wait.
Right. So you have to be strong. However, if you knew you had a partner that you can rely on and depend on, that you knew you didn't have to do all these things, you absolutely would take that.
Right, but I'm saying my mind frame was already like that before.
Because that's what we were taught. We were taught we had to be strong. We were taught we couldn't depend on people. We were taught if you have that moment of weakness and you're trusting someone enough, if something happens, it's your fault. You trusted this person.
I can't say that it's true for me.
Oh, that was for me.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's different for each people.
Right.
For each person. I can't say that was like what was taught for me. My upbringing was like more so like, you know, do what you gotta do, keep your head down, and you'll be okay. Basically, go to school, get your good grades, go to work, and like that's it. Like, it was never anything about like how a relationship should look like or like what you should expect out of a man. It was more so like you worry about making sure your shit's in order.
Yeah.
Right.
So me already having that in me, like I gotta make sure I'm on point. Like,
well,
and on top of failed like single parenting, that puts me even more in that mind frame. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't think. And then my sister, same household. She's not like that. She doesn't think like that. She doesn't think about like making sure I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just more so like she's more one of the ones that's like, you're my man. Like you're supposed to be paying to get my nails done and helping me with the rent and you're my man. Like this is what you're supposed to be doing. Never mind like how long you've been my man. But you're my man. This as a man, this should be.
Job.
Exactly.
So I don't agree with that. I do not agree that once you're in a relationship that your partner is now your bank account. I don't agree in that. I feel like women should have their own money and you should be able to sustain the lifestyle that you've been trying to sustain prior to getting into a relationship. And then your partner, if he wants to, should get your nails done. Like if your partner wants to. I don't think that they're obligated to doing these things. No, you don't have to pay for me to get my nails done, but if you feel like it's Wednesday and you want to get my nails done, great. But no, you're not obligated because you're my man. Now, husband, now that is your job to provide for me in whichever manner I cannot provide for myself.
Well, that's why it's called.
When I feel like it becomes an obligation when you're now my husband. I'm your dependent, you're my dependent type thing.
Yeah, but that's so in that sense, you're only speaking financial. So, like, when you said, you was like, oh, if we're together, if you're my boyfriend, I don't think you're supposed to be my bank account. But, like, what about beyond finances? Like, what about helping me with the kids? Like, are you supposed to be like, you're not supposed to be my chef? You're not supposed to be my babysitter? You're not supposed to be my housemate? Not my housemaker, homemaker, whatever. Not to say that you are with this person so that they can cook and help you with your kids and clean your house and all that. But I think there's certain expectations.
Yes.
But I think that's why it's called a partnership, though. Like, you're supposed to be.
Right.
So I feel like once the relationship grows and gets to that, those two people in a relationship need to have that conversation to see what their parenting skills are going to be like. What do you consider? And I feel like that's a different level of a relationship where those type of requirements come in. And I'm not going to say it's an expectation because no, these are not your kids and I don't expect you to do these things. However, if you want to be in a sustainable relationship with me, these are the things that are required in order for you to stay here with me in this relationship.
Or at least if you're going to be up in my house.
Right. And if you're going to be in my house consistently, you need to at least be able to eliminate some of the stressors that I have. You can't add to my stressors. So if you're here and you're adding to the stress, you can no longer be here.
So
do you get what I'm saying?
So that's one of the let's take my current situation for example. 2020, my wife decided she was going to go back to school, and she ended up being put in a situation where she couldn't work because the hospital couldn't guarantee her safety during the pandemic. And so my wife was like, "Oh my God!" She didn't know what to do because she's been working since she was literally 14 or 15. So I said to her, "Don't work. I can handle things from here on in, and then we'll figure things out after that." Now, currently, I can't work. I messed my back up, so I feel some sort of way that I can't provide the things I'm usually do. Thankfully, we have our savings, we have everything else, so we're good. However, since I can't do certain things, I feel like an asshole. But she's always reminding me, like, hey, if you know what I mean, like you've done for me, so I'm gonna do for you. Like, you know what I mean? There isn't like a matter of it's not like an obligation or a task. We do these things for each other because we want to, because it's going to build our relationship, it's going to build our household. And we're not planning for tomorrow, we're planning for the future. So I think that's where a lot of people may have things messed up. But on the other hand, some men and women may like and enjoy being the sole provider, and the other person may like it. So I kind of get when someone says like, well, I like being the provider, I like doing this, or I will, you know what I mean? So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, you know what I mean? But in terms of women wanting to be strong, this is a conversation me and Amanda have had a million times about that, because it's almost like, and essentially black women have to be the strong one there, because like you said, you're taught to be that way. If you're not.
For example, sorry, not to cut you off.
No,
go
you're
ahead,
good.
finish your thought.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So the reason why it came up for me, why I was like, we should talk about this, because lo and behold, I'm a daddy's girl, right? I was his only daughter, and I'm the youngest of my mother's three kids. So I'm spoiled. You know what I mean? If it's not my brothers doing it, it was my father doing it. So I absolutely enjoy being the damsel in distress. People be like, "Oh, you don't know how to do this?" No, the fuck I don't, because I had men in my family that stepped up. So don't look at me left because I can't do something, because I had men, black men in my family that stepped up. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean, where people are like, "Oh, why can't you?" Nigga, because I got men. That's what I got men in my family. I don't need to have to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. If y'all don't got strong black men in your family, I'm sorry. But yo, I do. So I enjoy being a damsel in distress. I love being pampered. I love being taken care of. However,
I don't think
I can sustain my lifestyle. If there's something I can't do and my brothers aren't available, I got the money to pay somebody to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with either or, because as you were saying that, I was like, yo, I couldn't stand bitches like you, dog. Oh my god, dog, yo.
And I don't care.
I get a flat tire, I always gotta pay for it. So there's nobody coming to help me to fix this. I don't know how to do this shit, but like eventually it taught me to like, you know, like, yo, whatever you can do, you better learn how to do it, because God forbid you have in a situation. But that's just for me, because I didn't have anybody I could call.
Yeah.
You do, you feel me? That
Then
I
I
don't
got
think
AAA.
And you got AAA. I got AAA now too, because ain't nobody trying to do
I
that
have
shit.
AAA plus because I have my son, and I don't want to get my hands dirty. I like getting my nails done. I like getting my feet done, and I like getting my hair done and it being cute and pretty. The fuck?
Yo, I don't think there's
I
nothing wrong.
absolutely like being feminine as ever.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, yo. Like I was
I
just
like
like, yo,
being
you're lucky.
cute.
For me, I was just like, yo, you're lucky.
That's
The
a
same way-
blessing, because you know, I'm sorry that you didn't get to have that, but bro, sis, if I could put on a penis and do those nailing things for you, I absolutely would.
It's alright, I'm in the family. I got it now.
Yep, because my brothers will pop up for her now at any given second. Like, and it's okay to have strong black men that do the things that they're supposed to do, but they also don't do the manly, taskly things. If I'm in distress emotionally, I can still call those same men, and they provide for me an emotional safe space for me. So there's that also.
Well, now there's a whole.
I think it's just jealousy.
I think that's a whole
I think
other
that's how I look.
conversation about like the things men like you expect like men and stuff to do, because on one hand, like I don't know if this is the same for you, Rick, but like we used to have like this situation where like men weren't supposed to have certain emotions. Like it was either anger or happiness. Like if you cried, it better be because you just had a kid, or you
Someone
won,
died.
or you won a championship.
Yeah, pretty much. At least for me, my father, he provided a healthy balance when it came to expressing your emotions, but everything was always about being strong, being being resilient. He did always. I always felt like it was kind of chauvinistic, but he was gentle with it. He always said, when it comes to women, you want to treat them like fine china, which I always felt like was because she's kind of fragile. But I always felt that was a little chauvinistic, because I always felt like our women were strong. Like even as I'm listening to the conversation, all I'm thinking this entire time is, what's wrong with wanting to be strong?
Yeah.
And I get that when our women have to be strong, they have no choice. But what's wrong with wanting to be strong? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to.
It's draining.
Right. I mean,
It's draining.
But as a man, that is literally what we're raised to be, is strong. And all of us want, like, if you ever met a man who's very sensitive.
Yes, and I love it.
Yo!
I don't mean sensitive. I don't mean
So that's me
sensitive.
right here.
I mean sensitive in a way like he's in tune. He has great intuition when it comes to you and your feelings. I mean the guy that's like, he's not gonna pick up that hammer. He's not gonna move that furniture. He's sitting here like, oh, my hands were. I mean, that the guy that he might have just been raised by his mother, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But
Right.
if there's no male influence, every man who has had a male influence can see that on him, and then that's
I
strength.
couldn't be with someone like that.
But that guy,
Legend.
he wishes he was as strong as the other guys.
Yeah.
So
wishes
what does he have
wishes
to do to get that?
For me, I was a sensitive kid, so.
But see, though, on the flip side, I do wish I knew how to change a tire. I do wish I knew how to change oil. Like,
Right.
I do wish I did have those things. But at the same time, it's like, I
You
live
know what?
in a house.
But you're gonna learn it. If you ever do learn it, the way that you learn it is gonna be like, it's not gonna be as like you're forced to learn it. Like you're not gonna be forced to change a tire because you like got a flat, you got nobody to call. You got a spare in the trunk. You just gotta figure this shit out so you watching YouTube.
Right.
Versus you just at home and like your significant others like, yo, listen, I'm trying to like your father would.
Mm-hmm.
Your significant others like, yo, come on, there's certain things that you need to learn how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. So I'm gonna teach you. So you sitting in your driveway learning how to do it.
Right.
Yep.
So it's like you still can't learn it.
And I do plan on it one day. I do plan on sitting outside and watching when the men are doing what they're doing. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. Cool. So
that's
there's
exactly
that.
what it's gonna sound like too.
So there's that. So I'm not trying to say that there aren't things I wish I did learn, being that they kept me so sheltered, but I absolutely still enjoyed not having to do it.
Yeah.
And for me, I think from the other side of the table, that I think that's the perk of being a strong woman, just from a guy's point of view. Like, I think that it's dope that you do learn all these things, and it's a blessing when you just happen to have a lifestyle.
Right,
where,
that skill, but you know how to do it.
Yeah, and you don't, but you have a lifestyle where you have, like you said, men around you who can handle these things for you. Yeah. For the most part. But if you're stuck in a situation where they're just not there, then you can do it yourself. You're not just out there.
Yeah, I always watch
in
those.
Distress, just in distress.
I watch those
shows
of those survivals, and I'm like, I'd be dead.
Right.
I'd be dead. It's a mind frame. Like, you see how the car was all iced up the other day. I just hopped into gear. Like, I didn't have the scraper or nothing. I didn't have nothing in my car. I had a rolling tray in my car, yo. That was like, yo, I gotta find something. And I just took
that
the rolling tray.
I can improvise. I can think quickly on my feet. There's certain things I do have a skill of knowing how to do. So, I could climb a tree and get fruit. I know how to put sticks together, make a fire, and make a pot and eat. Like, I know how to get certain leaves to put together to hold up a pot that I know I could cook on it. Like, certain things like that, I could get a pot and wash my clothes outside. Like, stuff like that I can do.
Right. And I think it's just a mind frame, because they would tell you that's all the woman shit.
You're
supposed to cook and clean. You should know how to do all of that shit.
But
why would you have to know how to change a tire? That's the
thing. If I was in the woods, I can survive and clean and still be able to find cook and feed the family.
Can you catch a boar?
Yes, because I got my license to kill, and I'm gonna bring my gun. I have an LTC. I know how to shoot, so I can shoot. I'm in the range. I can shoot, and I'm licensed to shoot. So I can take my rifle and shoot the shit out of a
playing with death, because they gotta be real close to you. Because like, what did you
I can climb a tree. Didn't I just tell you that, sis? I can climb this tree. I see this boar coming. I tell the kids, haul y'all asses up there. We about to get this pig, and we gonna eat. I don't eat meat no more, but I'm gonna have to figure this shit out. I'm about to shoot me a salmon in this water.
They went to slumming.
Right.
We gonna salmon in the water.
We gonna eat. That's one thing. We gonna eat.
Right.
I know how to shoot. My what you call it?
Sights.
No, my aim is getting so much better.
It's getting better. She know how to shoot.
I do. I know the basics. I can clean my gun. I can read all that.
I learned fast when I went to the range.
See?
I was hitting everything.
Anyhow. But there's that part. I just thought it was pretty annoying sometimes when the people that don't have strong black men try to make me feel like I'm crazy because I do and don't know how to do it. So that's why I wanted to talk about that. And it's not only for people that are like married or whatever. It is for also people in relationships. I just didn't want people to be like, oh, so is it only for married people that, you should get money from them? No, there's levels to the relationships. I don't think that it's just relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, or married. I don't think it's that black or white. Again, you have to have that conversation with your partner and come to a mutual understanding that this is what's going to work for your relationship.
Yeah, but there's also a balance to a lot of stuff. For like my grandmother,
everything is a healthy balance.
Yeah, like for example, like my grandmother is the biggest influence in my life. And one of the things she said that I need to learn how to do, she was like, you need to learn how to cook. She's like, you can't be dependent on a woman to do that. You need to learn how to do that. So I learned how to cook. I like cooking. That's why I'm as fat as I am now, because I learned how to cook. But like, but like, I like to cook. But my wife also likes to cook. And so if they had to ask, it was like, oh, who cooks better? I was like, well, my wife cooks better. I cook more. Like, you know what I mean? But that's only because she's in school. Like, you know what I mean? When she's not in school, she cooks more than I do. Like, you know what I mean? So
I hate cooking.
Yeah, well, I'm aware.
It's a chore.
We know.
Because you don't fucking eat nothing.
But when I did eat stuff, I don't like cooking.
Yeah,
I cook because I know I have to eat to survive.
I'm the same way. I don't enjoy
I
it.
hate cooking. It tastes good when it comes out, but I don't like to do it. I don't like to go to the grocery store neither.
I actually lose my appetite when I cook dinner. That's why I don't like cooking.
You know, I've actually heard a lot of people say that.
Can you cook? Can you eat right after you cook?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
What?
Me too.
I lose my appetite.
You can?
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't eat right after. If I cook a whole meal, I can't eat it.
when I'm cooking breakfast, I can, but dinner,
Yep,
I lose
I
my
can
appetite
eat.
every time.
Not even breakfast. Like I don't know. I'm like, I need to sit down. I'm tired.
Yeah, you know what it is? You know what it is with me though? Like,
where's the blood at?
so
Yeah, I can eat.
I was talking to my wife about this yesterday, about like just like the random things that like I used to do. Like I used to landscape until my back got all fucked up on me. I was good on it, like getting my hands dirty. So like when I cook, I like actually like putting my hands on the garlic and chopping it up, like, you know, molding the stuff into like the ground beef or whatever, and things like that. I enjoy the shit out of that, and I also like being able to look at this and be like, I did that shit. I just fucked that shit up. Like, you know what I mean? So I absolutely love cooking.
Yeah, I can't. I get that satisfaction out of my work too, but cooking, I don't know.
No.
Cooking's a hit or miss for me.
No. I don't give a shit. Eat this. Wash these dishes up. Get it out my way. I don't care. I don't care. Let me tell you something. I know I made it when I can have a personal chef. Oh. Woo!
Yep.
The day I can hire a personal chef that it is implemented in my budget and it doesn't affect me financially, I am manifesting the fuck out of that. Because I hate to cook and I hate to shop. I don't like it.
I don't like
at
shopping
all.
either.
I don't like it at all. As soon as I get used to people grocery shopping for me, I'm gonna take advantage of that because I don't like the grocery stores. I don't care. I would pay for convenience. I would pay for the convenience. But just pick my fruits and my vegetables right and pick my fish right. Because people don't know how to pick meat and vegetables and fruit right.
He's an islander.
Then he could grocery shop for me. Because let me tell you, I don't like grocery shopping. It's a chore, and I don't like to cook. It's a chore. And the reason why I don't like to cook.
It's a chore.
It is. Yo.
This shit's a chore.
I
don't care.
It's a necessity.
Yes, I do understand it is a necessity of life, but it's a chore. It's a chore. And oh my God, every time that I think about it, I'm like, ugh. I cringe when I think about having to cook or having to go to the grocery store. But trust and believe in me. When I get that personal chef,
Yo, I don't like shopping, but I do enjoy food shopping. Like I
enjoy food eating.
Oh, you know what? Before I forget, like I owe you a mango chutney salmon, by the way.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah.
Don't make it spicy. I don't like spicy food.
I'll remind me when I actually do cook it.
Yes, no spicy food. I like my bottom hole because then it's going to be on fire when the salmon is coming out. Please don't make it spicy. I don't need my backside hole on fire. Not fire, F-I-R-E. I don't want it on fire. F-I-Y-A-H. Fire. I don't want my backside hole on fire.
Yo, I'm just letting you know right now, that's going to be a soundbite.
What is wrong with you?
Listen, I got.
And this is your best friend? You claim her as that?
Hell yeah.
Out loud too.
I fucks with you. I do.
Out loud.
I do the same thing.
I fucks with you.
He claims me out loud.
I'm mad I didn't know she was this crazy earlier.
And she's been my neighbor for forever.
Shit. Yo, so I'm gonna move on. Am I the only person here who doesn't have kids?
Yes.
Yes.
So, alright, so I'm just gonna sit back and let y'all discuss this conversation, but Kanye West is being nasty with his kids right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want his daughter to have TikTok.
Which, so I'm gonna say this. I understand that part about it. The thing that I don't get about it is he's just doing stuff in public. Like, again, talking to my wife, I say this all the time, but we were having a discussion about it, and I said to her, like, it sounds like he's just upset that he doesn't have control over Kim anymore. And because he doesn't have control over her anymore, he's acting like he's making it about their kids when realistically
about the kids.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but it's like
100%.
he's been out there on the streets fucking and dating, but for some reason when she does it, it's wrong. Like you know,
Right, and it's like, it's so my thing is, it was great when you were out here acting a fool. Everybody knows who your kids are. You don't think that you had your kids out here publicly. You don't think you had your kids out here on the internet. So now that your child is old enough to do what she wants to do, again, like you said, it's a control thing. They're doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. And so now he has an issue. I don't think it has anything to do about whether you have kids or not. He already exploited his kids in all the way possible that he can exploit them. Now they're exploiting themselves in a positive way. It's a kid being a kid.
yeah,
I get it. TikTok and all these social media platforms are not the best and safest places for children. However,
His intentions isn't about
your kids, your Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, these kids have been all over social media on every single platform in every wingo way, whether it was positive or negative. And
That's
their
true.
parents did that.
Listen, he put out that song, and I'm paraphrasing, but he put out that song recently where he basically talked about beating up Pete Robinson and Pete Davidson, whatever his name is.
yeah.
He basically said, "Bitch, I got money too."
There's
So
that.
he's a bitter man, like your average man would be in his situation. You know what I'm saying? Getting divorced, your average person would be, but he has the money to back up that bitterness, and he's doing what every man does. For the public, is he's going to make it sound reasonable. It's about the kids. I want the freedom to be a dad. That sounds good. Sometimes that's true. We all know the idea of a bitter baby mama is real. You know, and they are Kardashians. They got a reputation, but at the same time, you know, he's a man with a lot of money, and whatever he knows, whatever secrets he's holding, or whatever the case may be, he's using that, and he's using his influence to exploit that, and he's just making it about the kids. I don't believe that his intentions are sincere when he talks about those kids. You know, I don't think he's being hurt at all when it comes to those kids. In fact, he's probably setting himself up for something for them to be able to go to court and limit his time with those kids because of his antics. Because eventually he's going to do something or say something that goes too far, and she's going to be able to take him to court and say, "Hey, we don't really trust him around
the kids because look at his behavior."
Exactly.
Don't you see all this stuff he's doing? That Kardashian pum pum, I tell you.
So
you know what? They just white. They just got more money than your average white person.
well,
I feel like it's the same thing.
They're Armenian, but like no one would know because like they really don't go out there talking about their ethnicity, which is I don't know. Like I'm proud. I'm a proud black man, so like even if for some reason I didn't look it, I'd be proud of what I am. Like I love being black. I love everything that fucking comes with it. Like even the struggle because it's made me stronger. Like you know what I mean. But like it's their whole situation is just kind of fucked. I got a quote from Kim Kardashian. It says, Kanye's constant attacks on me in interviews and on social media is actually more hurtful than any TikTok North, their daughter, might create. As a parent who is the main provider and caregiver for our children, I am doing my best to protect our daughter while also allowing her to express her creativity in the media that she wishes with adult supervision. Because it brings her happiness. Divorce is difficult enough on our children, and Kanye's obsession with trying to control and manipulate our situation so negatively and publicly is only causing further pain for all. From the beginning, I've wanted nothing but a healthy and supportive co-parenting relationship because it is what's best for our children, and it saddens me that Kanye continues to make it impossible every step of the way. I wish to handle all matters regarding our children privately, and hopefully he can finally respond to the third attorney he has had in the last year to resolve any issues amicably.
So see, that's pretty much exactly what I just said. He already put them out there with all the negative stuff he's been saying. So now, like you said, it's a control thing.
Yeah.
He's mad he has no control of what they're putting out. It's not him doing it. It's not, you know, the publicity from him. It's them getting their own publicity.
So
I think it's way too easy to make Kanye the victim in this situation because of who he's with. But I think it's exactly how she's saying it. I think it's exactly that. It's exactly that.
So y'all have kids and stuff like that. Like, is there any part of this that makes Kanye look like he's doing the right thing here, or is it really just as nasty as it appears to be?
It's nasty.
Yeah, it just looks nasty.
It's nasty.
I mean, without knowing the actual details, it just looks nasty.
It looks nasty.
You kinda,
Being a parent or not, it looks nasty. If you're trying to protect your kids, you would do it in the limelight as positive as possible. You wouldn't try to be adding stress to their mom because stress to the mom means stress to the household. because now she has to deal with that mentally. And now, that feeding the character shit is not always healthy.
Yeah.
And then they're in the public, so now if they're on social media, they see what their father's putting up.
That's also true.
You don't think they're in school and their friends have social media and they're hearing it from their friends? Like, come on.
Absolutely. He's not concerned with that.
You're not concerned about that at all? So you don't
that.
think your kids have to go to the supermarket or doctor's appointment? Everybody can't come to the house. They got to come outside. They have to be seen. People can shout whatever they want to shout. They're going to hear what they're going to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've already negatively impacted your children on social media.
Yeah.
I think a prime example of how you should handle your private stuff when your family's in the public like that is how the Smith family tends to handle this stuff. You know what I mean? Like we're hearing about all this stuff now, but we're hearing about stuff that happened between the past couple years and then like the past 10 to 15 years. Like it's all coming out now.
And they're at a point where like we already went through this, so we really don't care.
Exactly.
This is all old news.
There's nothing we can say that's going to break the strength that they already got going on right now because they've dealt with it already. And the fact that he's not handling it that way, he's using the public to try and get his way, that just tells me it's not about those kids.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It's sad, but it's funny. I never thought about the idea of them having to deal with it now, because the first thing I thought about was, like, let's just say, for example, that North doesn't know what's going on, but eventually, at some point in time, she's going to grow up, and she's going to be asked these questions like, oh, so what happened with you and your father with this day, or what happened with this? Like, eventually she's gonna, even if she doesn't know now, eventually this is gonna come up, and it's unfortunate because it really should be about the kids. And me and Panda have had private conversations about things regarding, like, being essentially being a single mother. You know what I mean? And the struggling stuff that goes on with it. And it's honestly, it's disheartening because it always seems like it's never about the kids. It's always about one person wanting to look like the hero when they're really actually the villain in the situation.
Absolutely.
All right. Panda, you had another topic about friends understanding your antisocial behavior.
I did. I was scrolling through the Twitters one day and somebody posted that.
The Twitters.
I was on the
tweeters.
And what was the tweet? Do you remember me?
I actually have it right here. Friends that understand your antisocial phases are important.
Right. Friends that understand your antisocial moments are important. So here's my thing. I know a lot of people out there be like, oh, it's so great where, you have those friends where you can catch up and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, those are great, but they're not my ideal friendships. Are those people's really ideal friendship? To speak to people once every 6 to 9 years, months, really?
It's those aren't really your friends though, like, and those aren't really like your family.
So, and then I get it. People are very introverted and whatever. I absolutely get that. But why do people that are so introverted try to make extroverts feel like they're bad? Okay, so if you know that you can't handle those type of friends, then don't get them.
But are they? So how was the post again? What was the post? I'm trying to understand. How was the post worded? Because if they're just saying like, "Hey, I don't know how y'all do that," because me personally, like, that's just not my thing. Are they just saying like their preference? Are they really trying to make it? Is it really like, you're crazy for liking that because this is what I like, versus I don't understand how you can do that because me personally, this is what I like.
Well, I think with no, go ahead, you got it.
I was gonna say, I think it's the push. Like believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert. Like, I don't do a lot of people. I've had to learn how to be a salesman and doing things that I do outside of do what I do for work. And what I've learned about a lot of extroverts, like one of my best friends is an extrovert, very pushy. Yeah, they always, and it's always comes from a good place, but it's always like my best friend, when we was kids, like he's over 20-something years, when we was teenagers, I always credit him to being a guy that kind of showed me how to step outside of myself to learn how to talk to women or talk to people. But at the same time, the way he did it was always annoying. He was always on, her right there, Rick?
So right?
No, she can only say no, Rick. She can only say no. Like,
so,
and now I'm stuck, like, having a talk.
What I learned about that from me, because I'm gonna forget if I don't say it while you're here. What I learned, I met myself, and I was like, oh my God, this is what people mean. So that made me aware of that pushiness. Because again, like you said, it's coming from a good place. But that introvert is like, no, you're killing me right now. So when I met myself in my introvert moment, I was like, oh my God, I get what people are saying now. So unless that those people are aware of what it really feels like, they won't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I would have to add to that is I am an introvert. So dealing with you as an extrovert, like before you, I used to feel like you like them people like calm down, relax. It's not that serious. You feel me? But like since dealing with you again, maybe it's life growth, whatever. But I know it's coming from a good place. So like I don't get as I probably will depending on who it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like but coming from Amanda or anybody else that like I really value, I'm like, all right, this is kind of annoying, but I know they're only saying this for the good of me. And like so I try to take myself out of it for a minute. And then sometimes when it like I can't, I just start doing my introvert shit and start ignoring your ass.
When there's chemistry, you'll grow, and that's what's happened with me. When there is no chemistry, then you just kind of bother me.
Yeah, right.
So just like intimate relationships, there's levels to it with friendships, with
they're all relationships.
They are relationships.
Yeah.
So there's non-intimate and then the intimate one. So with the non-intimate relationships, it's still the same thing. It's the level of understanding. Like Rick and I will be good friends, but we will never be best friends because he's an introvert. It's nothing against him. It's just I know that I need extroverted friends because I like to be the bubbly and the all day. You know what I mean? And it's nothing against him. It's just I understand him as an individual. I understand how he handles his friendships, and I respect that.
Yeah.
And when we link, we will. We just will never be best friends.
But
I know when to talk to him. I know how many times. Like, I could probably pick up his energy through text. If I'm annoying him, like, okay, I just hit a chord. Let me give him his space. And that's how I handle all my introverted friends. The introverted friends, we would never be best friends because I'm that person. I am that friend that likes to talk every day. I am that friend that if you're bored and you want to come over, come the fuck over. Let's turn up. Like, you know, like that's me. I'm definitely that friend, and I can do that shit every day without a problem, as long as you give me to let me sleep. And
that's me too. I wonder if I was an extrovert turned introvert.
So I am
both. Low key dying to
so
be
there
an
is
extrovert
there is
again.
a term
You're bringing it
where
up.
you're both, because I'm only this way with people I know or that I'm close to.
Sure.
No, so here's the thing. If you ever notice, no, Pete.
You laugh because that's your best friend. So you know.
No, I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you laughing.
Bitch, you was in a strip club and you had like bitches tell their whole life story.
Right, but I was with y'all.
You get what I'm saying? About you.
I was with y'all. I was with my people, so I'm with my people, so I can be me with those people. However, if I'm in if I go somewhere with Fatima and I don't know anyone there, I'm probably not gonna talk to anyone. I'm gonna say to her, and I'm gonna stay there and listen to all the conversations. And when I feel comfortable enough, I will jump in. Yeah. It's not gonna take me 6 hours to get comfortable. I'm probably gonna feel comfortable within like 20 minutes, half an hour, because I like social interaction. Yeah. But in the meantime, I'm still standoffish a bit. Like I'm warm and bubbly. I say, hey, hi, but I'm not talking to nobody.
You know what? So I'm sort of in between, like being an extrovert. Excuse me, an extrovert and an introvert. And when me and Amanda used to hang out like every fucking weekend, it helped get me out of my shell. Like, hey, we're gonna go to this party. Like, yeah, you know I don't really like parties. Like, well, how do you know? Come hang out. And I would come hang out. I'd drink and I'd socialize and have a good time. And like, so.
And then he'd end up having a bomb ass time.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I can see that. And like my wife would be like, hey, we're gonna like. We went to Mexico. There was a bunch of stuff that I normally wouldn't do. She was like, you're not gonna know if you don't like it until you actually fucking try it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's gotten me out of my shell of like, you know, doing certain things. On the other hand, like Pam said, it's a level of comfortability that you can do that. If some random person was like, there's some friends that I don't really trust to get me out of my shell because the shit they fuck with is just, I'm cool. But like, if I have the level of comfort I have to have with someone for me to like go out somewhere or dance or just do certain things, it's different. But like respecting like someone's boundaries, I think is the biggest thing here. Like, so if someone's like, hey, if someone like has a legitimate fear of parties and you want to get them involved, then it's like, all right, hey, can we start with maybe like a gathering of 5, and then bring it up to 8, and then
Right.
you know what I mean, and then see where that comfort level starts.
But that's also if that person wants to do
Right. It
that.
starts
Yes.
with them wanting
Right, they have to
step
want to do
outside
that.
of that.
Like my fear of heights. Like, I am not ready to walk slowly over drawbridges and jump on them to face my motherfucking fear of heights. Fatima.
Listen, I didn't understand how serious the fear was until I saw her in the
You
moment.
only have to understand that the fear is
Is there?
No, listen, I didn't know. Your brother was making a whole joke out of this shit. So
Who said that?
He needs to learn to.
listen,
So, again, awareness is key. Sorry
Now I
for
know
cutting
and I
you
won't
off.
do that.
Go ahead.
No, that was it. But like, really, what it comes down to. But I also like, my brother Lavelle, like he'll have me doing some shit, you know, and then laughing. I'm like, you know, fuck you, all right. but again, like, it's all out of love. And so for certain people, like, it's cool. Like, you can laugh about that now because the team is your people. But had it been like some random stranger who doesn't respect your
Y'all
boundaries,
fucked them up.
Yeah.
On site, like,
Yeah.
bitch, I'm scared. I'm about to die. What? I would have lost it. However, I do plan on facing my fears this summer. So my coach, Nikki, she invited me to an adult summer camp for like a week. And one of the things is like gliding through the air. What's that? Zip lining.
oh my God, I'm so jealous.
Come.
I want to zip line so bad.
I wanted to go to adult summer camp and zip line.
Yeah.
so bad.
I've been dying to do one of those.
It's a lot of
I think you and I
adventure.
are both too heavy for that.
It's
Yeah,
very
nah, I'm cool.
adventurous summer camp.
Yeah, there's like no alcohol, no shit like that, right?
No, the alcohol comes with it.
Oh, you just can't bring your own or some shit like that.
Right,
Yeah,
but
no,
it
I've been
comes,
looking
it's
at
part of
this
your package. I'll send you the information if you want to come.
shit. What month is this?
It's in June.
Jesus
and it's in the
fucking Christ,
Poconos.
Amanda.
I know. I'm so ready for this adult summer camp, you know. I'm just going to try. I'm challenging myself. So for me, it's a challenge to do the things that I've never done before, or if I have done it, to push myself to either do it faster, whatever the case may be. But I just feel like it's going to be a dope-ass challenge. So, and that's going to be one of the things. I'm going to try to do zip lining and face my fear of heights.
Dope.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be dope as shit,
That's
yo.
dope.
So I'm really, really like, I
Really
talk to
swinging through the
myself, I
shoes.
journal about it, I talk myself through it. Like, I've watched the videos of all the harnesses that show that the people are secured.
You're
Like,
psyching
just to,
yourself out now.
no, I'm psyching myself in it to confirm myself that I'm safe. I'm gonna be
Because you want
okay.
to get there when the moment comes.
Right,
You're
and I
looking
want-
at that shit like,
right.
okay, this looks how it's supposed to look.
Right,
blah, 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 blah,
it's attached right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trembling right now thinking of the height of that zip line. Like, I just went extremely cold. Like, I can see
Whatever.
it. I'm like, oh
You're
my
gonna
God,
be in
I'm
your
so scared.
movie.
I
Whoever
hope
you
so.
go with, they're
I'm
gonna
really,
give you the
really
right
hoping so.
edibles, the
That's
right
what I'm saying.
drinks.
I
It's gonna be
hope
so
I'm gonna
mellow, you
get
just gonna hop
there.
in and not even think about it. Like,
And I've already
fuck.
prep talked myself so much that I don't back down.
You gonna figure out halfway through the shit.
I feel like that. I feel like I'm gonna start climbing up to the top and be like,
I'm talking about halfway through the zip line.
no, I feel like I'm gonna freak out before I get to the top to even get attached.
Yeah. So, nah.
You with a zip line?
Fuck no.
I think we both might be too heavy for that.
Nah, it's
I heard someone there's a weight limit.
it's like 350 or
three
something.
something.
Yeah, it's like 350 or something like
Well, if
that.
it's 350, I'll be at.
Fuck no. I'm cool.
I ain't doing it, but I mean, I'll be at.
So I'm gonna try it. I'm not making any promises, but that's what I am working the nerve up to giving a shot.
So
No promises though.
So I got a fear of I don't do the ocean. I don't do. Yo, you know what? Okay, you know what? Fuck this. People who just generally oh, let's go in the ocean and are happy about it. Y'all motherfuckers are crazy.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's me.
You are.
I love going to the beach.
You keep that.
I love
keep
going
that
to
and
the
the
beach.
jellyfish that comes with it.
I love going to the beach. When I'm on vacation, that is one of the perks. I need to be close to a beach. I need to be walking distance to a beach, either on the beach or around the corner.
Beach I can do.
Yeah, so you
Deep ocean. You're talking about deep ocean, right?
I'm talking to my knees. Sharks, yo, I look like a big ass seal to a shark. I'm not going in the water.
Okay, so you mean like that?
But if
I just like to go to the beach to relax, and I like going to I'd rather swim in the ocean than a pool.
You know, if the water's up to your knees, the shark's not coming nowhere near you.
It's not.
Like, it's gonna die.
Are you really that afraid?
Yes.
It needs more water than that.
As long as you would go to the beach and put your feet in the water, I'm content with people doing that for me. I absolutely understand people don't do like the creatures and shit. Like, I love seeing the different animals. I like touching seaweed. Like, I'm into all that. So there's that part of why I enjoy the ocean. So, and it's very cleansing for my locks. The ocean is beautiful to clean up my hair.
I won't go no higher than my waist because waves.
And I love to swim.
The waves scare me.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, like when you feel the waves taking you while you're swimming, that's not a good feeling. I don't like that.
Then you float.
Yeah,
Doggy paddle. Do something.
Nope, I go back to knee high.
Yeah, we do something. That's what we do. We go back. We do something. We leave.
Right.
No.
Fuck that noise.
Right.
Crazy. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
So we still have time, or are we wrapping up?
Do we have any more topics left?
Oh, before I forget that the word for between extrovert and introvert is ambivert.
Ambivert, yes. I think that's what I am. I'm an ambivert.
That's when
Definitely. Like, I like social settings, but I don't need to talk to everybody that's there. I just like to be in an atmosphere where people are talking, mixing, mingling. There's a lot of things going on. I like to people watch. So, and that's another thing I do at the beach. I'll go to the beach and just sit in my car and watch everybody going by.
You know what's funny is a couple of things. One, I was talking about this yesterday. Like, I like going to the bar by myself, just literally just to be around people and just like watch them and watch whatever. But the second thing is there's a quote from this movie I love, Clerks, where this dude goes, "I hate people, but I love gatherings."
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can agree with that sentiment.
Like the Grinch. He didn't hate Christmas. He hated people.
I can agree with that sentiment, though.
Fuck those who goes.
I enjoy the vibe, but I don't want you. Y'all need to talk to me like that.
Yeah, like I absolutely like talking to people, but I don't like small talk. I don't care about the weather. I don't care about how your day was. If you want to talk, let's talk.
Yeah.
I hate small talk, but if you want to have deep conversation, let's go.
Yo, this is why
conversation, not yelling.
Yeah, so this is why I love the cookouts and all the stuff that Kim and Fredo put together in the summer. Oh shit! Whenever they do them, because it's really just like a bunch of people just fucking vibing. And if no one's talking and they look happy, no one says anything. It's like, yo, he's just chilling.
Don't worry, you're gonna see Rick at events.
Right.
I'm gonna drag him. He lives like 2 blocks away. Let's go, Rick. You coming? Let's go. You invited to the barbecue.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm with it.
And I always bring my bougie ass beer with me too. So
bring it. Your IPAs.
So I got a question before we go. Do any of y'all give a shit about Valentine's Day?
Nah.
Not really.
Nah, I don't do Valentine's Day.
I don't do any holidays. I don't really care for them. I feel like whatever relationships you have with people, you should love on them as much as you possibly can.
100%.
Outside of the holidays.
Agreed.
And you should do it however you see fit. If you can't afford to do it with a gift, there's always phone calls. There's always spending time with people. There's different ways that you can show the people that you love them. Mm-hmm. You don't have to wait for the holidays. If you in the store and you see something for $1, it can be a frame or something. You never know. Just the thought that counts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care for the holidays. Yeah, it's nice when it's done, but I feel like that's more for people that care about what society thinks.
Yeah.
Oh, your significant other, or no one gave me anything on this day.
Yeah, like, yo, the day me and my wife decided, like, one day it was like the beginning of February, and she was like, "Do you give a shit about Valentine's Day?" I said, "Fuck no, I thought you did."
See?
Yeah, it's crazy how that works. I see. As for me, because I'm a salesman, and I see that in everything. So when it comes to things like Valentine's Day, I mean, they would take one day out of the year where we're now supposed to love on each other so much that we buy all these things to show how much we love, and I just don't prescribe to that.
Just like Christmas, people go broke.
Yeah,
trying to buy gifts for their kids, and they provide for them all year long.
And the message behind Christmas is totally lost. I mean,
it's lost.
I grew up Christian, so I know the concept of gifts is because Jesus got gifts when he was being born. It was not just to shower your kids with gifts, but people lose that. They burn Santa Claus and all these other things that have nothing to do with reality.
Christmas is a pagan thing that started from it being a certain star being the sky the brightest. of the winter solstice. That's where it started from.
And the funny thing about it is like Jesus was actually born in like around August and September, not December. And so like basically,
it's the winter solstice. Look it up. It's the winter solstice. The star shines the brightest that day, and they said a star was born and it was Jesus. Boom. There we go.
Yeah. So it is what it is, man. But
But that's another topic for another day. We're not doing this here today. I don't need people looking me up, talking about she's anti-religious. I don't need people coming for your neck about the girl you had on your show. No. We're not doing that.
Twin. I have an episode that's called "I'm Agnostic as Fuck." So.
I'm just drinking water and minding my business. That's my religion. Don't come for me, and I won't come for you.
Yo, seriously, if people actually minded their business, this world would be so much better. You don't like that someone's fucking somebody else? Okay, they're not fucking you, so what do you care for?
Yeah.
This
As
person,
long as you're not hurting yourself or whoever, go for it.
Yeah, have fun.
Let people live.
And make sure you don't say your friend's name in bed, Amanda.
He wouldn't let me. He thought it was the funniest thing ever, but it was so good I couldn't remember nobody's name, no how. So it was no need that with her name, Jesus, God, mine is. Nobody's got called it. But you know,
maybe next time.
Maybe next time, either day.
All right. Hey, Twin, tell everybody where they can find you.
They can find me Pandagasms. I'm on YouTube. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook. Panda, like the animal. Gasms, like an orgasm. Orgasm by Panda. Me, Panda. Pandagasms with an S. That's where you can find me.
Yeah, and if you don't know what a gasm is, you know. I got nothing for you. It's fantastic.
And if you need your credit done, Rick is your guy.
Oh yeah, shit. Rick, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Mr. Rick Harper. That's Mr. Dot Rick Harper, RIK HARPER. And you can find me on Facebook as well, Rick Harper as well, RIK.
I'm actually gonna find you right now on here.
Yes, get those 750 credit scores, because after that they don't care, right? What is it, 750?
850 is the highest. We always encourage you to go for the gold, but yeah, once you get to a 750, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Right.
All right,
Let's get those credit scores up.
Twin, thank you for joining me. Thank you for doing what, just for being you and coming on the show.
Hey, I tried. Eat your birthday.
Something fucking wrong with you, and I love it. All right, this has been the Old Man Wade Show. Thank you for listening, and as always, be excellent to each other. Peace.
On purpose.
Damn it, Wade!